what's up guys, it's Suzie and I'm here today with B-Wise. Just checking out a Nigerian restaurant, Little Lagos. Let's go.
Up to you.
Thank you.
Alright, we out here. And I know he's not from Sydney either, so he just was like, be at every show. And then I was like, alright, cool, I gave him the banner. Hi there, my bro. Yes sir, thank you very much for having us, my brother. Bless
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you as always.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Little Lagos.
Thank you.
Feeding you tonight, yeah?
Alright, and then I'm just gonna order for you.
Yeah. What are the specials?
That's very easy. Jollof fries,
Yeah.
plantains. Are you vegetarian?
Yes, pescatarian.
Alright, we'll stop right there. Jollof fries and plantains. For my man over here,
Yeah.
it goes to you.
He knows what I'm having.
100%. A lot of meat.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you eat that with fufu, which is pounded yam.
yeah.
That's, yeah,
So that one you eat with basically with your hands as well.
Yeah.
So-
And you got okra.
of course.
But what I'll do
I'm
is I think
excited.
I'll order jollof plantain
Yeah.
for me, a gusi pana yam.
Easy.
That should be
Alright.
that should be good. And also
Yeah.
2 cocktails, but I'll let you decide which be the
Oh
ones.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think surprise
Yeah.
with cocktails.
Alright, no worries. Alright, give me about 10 minutes and I'll run that out
Bless.
for you.
Thank you, brother.
Alright, see you soon.
Thank you, brother. Bless, man. All right.
Ooh, what's this?
What am I drinking?
So this is the black of the berry.
Yeah. The black of the berry.
Black of the berry.
I love it.
So blackberries, rum, blue carousel, coconut, vanilla. That's the filling Versace.
Yep.
Nice.
That's what you had before.
I
Yeah.
would apply some lemon.
Yeah.
Fire water bitters.
Bless.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Thank you. I was about to just go in. That's how good that shit looked. And I'm like, yeah. But hell yeah, thank you.
No, I
Cheers,
love
bro.
it. Cheers. Black of the berry. Well, how
man.
dope.
Oh, shit.
Yum. How's yours?
It's good, man. I'm going to blow heavy on the RBT today. God, knock on wood.
Knock on wood. So you've taken me here to a Nigerian restaurant.
Yep.
You are part Nigerian.
Yep.
Or what's your other half?
Other half is Australian.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, yeah, my dad's from Nigeria,
Yeah.
Igbo guy, that's their tribe.
Yeah.
And my mum's Australian, and they met here.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up? Was it like your typical Nigerian household or?
I don't think it was like a typical Nigerian household. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it was definitely a lot of Nigerian influence. Like my dad was, you know, the head of the house, you know, kind
Yeah.
of thing. And both my parents are quite traditional anyway.
Yeah.
So, and by traditional, I mean like just like real, like, you know, traditional family values and that kind of
Yeah.
regard. And so, yeah, he definitely, his influence was like thick, you know, and we didn't really go on holidays. We actually only ever went, when we would leave the country, would
Yeah.
only to go back to Nigeria.
Oh, nice.
That's it. So we didn't really go like and do your usual holidays. And we moved around a lot as well when I was young. And
Yeah.
so I was definitely like accustomed to the culture from early on, you know what I mean?
So you grew up in Liverpool, southwest of Sydney. And
So, yeah.
What was it like growing up in the suburbs?
So, but it's like, because I was in Liverpool from basically from the age of about 10 all the way up to about 18. So
Yeah.
that was like where I did most of my growing ups, where I did a bit of primary school, went to high school.
Yeah.
And it was good, man. Like I can't complain, you know what I mean? Like it's where I made all my life friends, you know what I mean? It's where
Nice.
it made me kind of who I am as well, and you know, and I've always represented like being from the southwest,
Yeah, for
and we've
sure.
always spoken about the area, you know what I mean, in regards when it wasn't as popular, you know, as before. So definitely proud of being from the southwest and just representing Sydney as a whole as well, you know. Oh yeah,
Oh.
yes sir.
All right, what do we got?
That's the world famous egusi and pounded yam and fufu.
Yep.
Ooh,
We have the plantains
Thank
and the
you.
jollof rice.
Bless.
Can you
Thank
use
you.
cutlery? You gotta eat with your hands.
okay.
Nah,
I'm
I'm
happy.
playing. I'm
I'm
doing some
happy.
playing.
This one you got
Happy
before,
I can.
but I'll let you try this one as well if you want.
Yeah.
This one is with your more with your
So
hands.
what's inside this?
It's pounded yam. It's like
Yum.
yeah. So it comes in different ways, and you know people call it fufu as well, and
Fufu.
yeah,
And that's jollof.
This is so that's jollof
It's
there.
jollof rice.
That's plantain there. This is Nigerian
Yeah.
jollof rice. So
Oh, what's the
there's
difference between Nigerian
They
jollof?
they vary. You wanna
Oh,
weigh in
what's
on
the
this
difference
debate?
between-
Why would you even bring that conversation here, man?
I want to know.
All right, so we cook our rice in our stew.
Yeah.
That's the difference. They cook the stew separate, cook the rice separate,
and
and
then
then
they
mix
put
it
it
together.
together.
But we cook the rice inside of the stew.
So the rice is simmering with the juices the whole
Exactly.
time.
That's it.
Imagine instead of cooking rice with water, you're cooking it with stew. That's why it's got so much flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
tell the
can't
Ghanaians
wait.
to come and learn.
I will.
That's
So this is what you grew up eating?
I grew up eating maybe
Wow. Do you know how to cook Nigerian food?
my dad obviously started with this work, and then my dad's sisters taught my mum
Yeah.
how to make it, and then she
Oh.
I fuck with
Yeah.
it. But we'd have this here about 3 times because it's relatively not that expensive of a dish as well, you know.
Yeah. So, oh my God, I love plantains. I always
Yeah.
thought they were bananas.
These are they're sweet. These ones are a lot sweet as well, that you'll find a bit different. Well, I always find plantains, and I guess being in Australia, we got to source a lot of the ingredients from places like Fiji
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff as well. But a lot of people also import a lot of stuff also. Yeah. This is riddled with meat, so I would say have a dip, yeah, it is fully riddled with meat, so I don't even know how to
try
think.
some of this.
Yeah, well this will be a bit plain on its own.
Oh.
It has no flavor. So maybe, do you eat, like there's meat in there, do you not touch anything if meat is in the thing?
No, I can dip the sauce.
Okay, so
Let
go
me
around,
taste
grab
the
some of the sauce and the oil, yep, there you go.
Okay.
That's it. And just a bit of, bit of flavor.
Oh, that is so spicy. I love it.
It's spicy. I should have warned you about that.
Wow. That is like chili on 10.
I'm glad you like it.
Wow. So tell me about where B-Wise came from. Where did your name come from?
Me wise, I think it's funny, like when someone asked me this like not long ago. It came from high school, I think.
Yeah?
Because something happened, I think, in class or whatever. I was one of those people who's a bit of a smart ass, but I challenge a lot. I ask a lot of questions, but questions just, based on like what are we reading, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, basically like, remember you went to school here as well, right?
I went to school
So I
in
remember like
Lakemba, yeah.
Lakemba, so I don't know if you just had like, Australian history or something, you know what I mean? And then Australian history is written by like 4 white dudes. And then we were taught that non-stop, there's like no contributions by any Indigenous or Aboriginal people at all, or Torres Strait Islanders. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so you're teaching me Australian history from 4 white authors,
Yeah.
shit like that. So
So you should
and
question
I
it.
think I might have got kicked out or something in the class.
Oh my
And
God.
someone was like, you're too wise. And I just kind of, I don't know, it just came to me later on weeks. I think later on I was like, oh, be wise. So that was it.
I love it. Talk to me about your journey as an artist.
Yeah.
You've been doing music for a while.
Yeah, I started getting into music maybe around 2006,
Oh
maybe.
wow, so that is
It's a long time. It's a long
Long
time.
time.
Like, I mean, like that's where my interest came from around
Yeah.
them. Because a lot of the friends that I was with, they were doing music, and I just wanted to be, I guess, involved. And then I found out, because I always loved music so much, it's like it was the only thing that would keep me calm outside of life.
yeah.
So then when I started doing it and doing rap, and then I'm like, okay, I might have something here. And then I'd been in studios and recording studios and just dipping and dabbling for years, you know what I mean? And it wasn't probably until like, 2014, 2015,
Yeah.
maybe I'd say 2015, I'm like, okay, like this is when I'm really I want to actually like really do this, you know what I mean? I'm getting to a point in my life where
Seriously. Yeah.
I gotta either go and get a proper job,
Yeah.
or like if I'm really passionate about this shit, then I gotta do it now.
at it,
I gotta
yeah.
do it now. So I went from there, and then like I guess you can say like my debut was more around 2016.
Yeah.
Like when I had to put a project out through a label and all that kind of thing. So yeah, shout out to Tim Levinson, who's known as Earth Boy as well.
Yeah, boy.
That's his artist name. And he found me on Twitter, I think, and then he was just like, yeah, this kid has thing, and then he spoke to my manager, and then one thing led to another, and then I ended up over at Elephant Tracks, and that was my debut like EP, and then also my debut album.
Was that Long Neck you released? Like, was that your first single?
Long Neck was I would say like Long Neck is like a single that I put out independently on my own. And even in that, like if you go listen to that now, you see how extra Aussie-fied my voice is.
That's what I was gonna ask you, like as well, that song, but then you gotta remember the time you released it.
And the time I released it.
Of other Australian artists that were going on.
And what was going on. See, at the time I thought, to make in Australia, like, I was already a bit of a challenge. I sound real awkward, and then to the point in my raps I'd force my Australian accent a little bit more.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not ever taking back the music that I did, because everything's a learning experience and my growth and journey. But I did that all independently, all by myself. Actually, not I'm gonna say all by myself. I had two brothers with me, Junior YG, Davis Osa, who were working with me, and they were like just my boys, and then they just kind of like helped me do that, push me to get it out. And so
cool.
and then and then we just kept on rolling, and then I think it wasn't until like I put out this song, No Questions, I believe. No Questions was like my release under a label.
When did you actually get signed to a label?
2016. That was with Elephant Tracks.
Oh.
Yeah. And
when did Sony come along?
Sony is actually, and I'm not actually, and being technical, I'm not signed directly to Sony either.
Okay.
So I'm an independent artist.
Yeah.
I have my own, I guess, independent label, you could say, or my own independent structure that we're building. It's called Semi-Pro Sound. You'll learn a lot more, people learn a lot more about that as we come.
Yeah.
And basically, I have a distribution there, so they're my business partners, and we work together, and we have a distribution with like the Orchard, and Sony is like the parent company.
Yeah, I get you.
So they're also like, I work with their team as well.
Okay, dope. So let's talk about.
I had to say turning you off as well, like, because it must be like unusual to see someone eat with their hands.
No,
like,
we do that too.
You know how we've been
in
taught.
My culture.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You're Lebanese, isn't
Where's
it?
the yams inside, or is
No.
this
So
the
this,
yam?
no.
Is
So it
made
is
from?
itself. The whole thing is like pounded yam. You know what I mean? So like they're literally like pounded.
I was
So
like waiting.
there's a good like bit of
for,
sauce right there.
Some sauce.
Just grab that sauce right there. Like, yep, scoop it all in
That
there.
is so good.
That's even
This is
oil. Like, grab some of this. I'll show you.
Show me.
Yeah, you see, get some of this right here. That's without the meat.
I love chili.
So yeah.
This is such a good restaurant. There's like not many African restaurants in.
Well, shout out to Ade, the owner. He let us basically in here to the restaurant's not open right now. So for you,
check it out.
for you guys, they brought you in early. That's like, yeah, you guys can come in and eat early. The restaurant's not even open yet.
Let's talk about the early days. I want to talk about your early days, because not a lot of people know this, but you were actually doing music during a time where most Australian artists were white, and to see someone of color in the hip hop world was unheard of.
Yep.
So I wanted to know, starting music in 2006, then even taking it seriously in 2015, because even then it wasn't even color back then.
No.
Then to see music fast forward to say 2018.
Yeah.
When you started to see people like, you got people like 1-4.
Yep.
HP Boys, Hooligan Heads, and you start seeing people of colour slowly start to break the norm of hip hop in Australia. What's it like watching the scene grow?
I think I'm dope. Like, I think it's great. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, look, seeing more people of color in the Australian music industry from a rap standpoint, let's just even keep it 100. You know what I mean? Rap music is black culture.
Yeah.
Black art is black. We could, like, that's where it came from. It's roots. And then so obviously, someone like myself as well, like just being part of the culture and whatnot, it's definitely was tough. Like fact that you just said as well, like it was unheard of to see people of color. Australia at the time like to do a thing a bit where, you know, we kind of like to take something from somewhere else and then we claim and say it's ours. So that's where, hence the title came Aussie hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, cause like I'm from Australia. I love Australia. I rep it. You know, that's where I was born. You know, my culture is Nigerian. But at the same time, I'm not like an Aussie hip hop artist. Like I just make rap music and I try to make good rap music for the masses. You know what I mean? So then, adding on to your question, like seeing people like of color come through and be recognized is dope. You know what I mean? And then let's even say, you know, with the African Australian artists, you know, like people like Sampa the Great, you know, people like Manu Kus, people like, you know, Kwame's, people like 1-4 now as well, like my brothers, you know, those boys like as well, and from the Pacific Island community, but at the same time, like, you know, they're from here and, you know, they've always rep here and they're repping here so strong, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's up, and that's the vibe, and I'm just happy to see the growth.
And now your latest track, Summer Free. Amazing visuals, very nostalgic, very retro vibes. Who came up with the concept for that? It's
done with Manu and was featured on the song. The visuals are kind of like, we just did like a little visualizer, like more of like a sort of like a lyric visualizer. But the visuals were done by my boy Sonda Films and Soho Creative. They were the ones that did it. We did a bunch of different scenes and shots. We used some things, we put some things away, but that was just kind of like a teaser little element, you know what I'm saying? But
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the wardrobe, everything about it, like the old beach vibe.
Thank you.
Very Miami vibe.
Thank you, that's it. We wanted to make more of it like a movie theme. Like we weren't trying to really, we'll play more of the characters than we were, but the song itself will bring out and do its thing, you know?
Definitely a movie. Check that out. I've definitely seen your growth as an artist.
Thank you.
Like watching you from back in, you know, the early 2000s to winning ARIA awards to performing at festivals.
Wait, I'm still yet to get ARIA. I think we saw each other at ARIA.
We met each other at like 2 or 3 years ago.
That's the last award. Yeah, that's the last award in Australia. I got the Air Independent Best Hip Hop Album.
Yes.
I got the FBI Smacks Best Hip Hop Album. I just need that ARIA, and I'm sweet.
Oh, I thought you did win the ARIA.
No.
You were nominated for sure in the category.
I think so. Something. I won't even know at this point. To be honest,
sure
all that matters is just winning it. That's all I care about.
But my question to you is, you know, your growth as an artist and your journey as an artist. What's next for B-Wax?
Next is just going on to so we're tying off this next project. I want to go, once the borders that we can travel, I want to go back to Europe. Go spend the rest of my time in the UK for as long as I can, and work on the third album, which I feel there's a different direction I want to take on that. You know, I've been through a lot, I think, and I just want to put a different sound on the record. And also build build this label that I'm building and build this initiative with Semi-Pro Sound, and just firmly plant myself here, but also continue to growth. Everything is just growth, you know what I mean? I just want to keep looking forward. Love my history, love my past, love where I come from, and now it's just about going that direction, you know?
That's it.
Or like this and like that, you know?
This and that.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
me.
Thanks for coming to the restaurant. Make sure you come back. You see my guy who'll take care of you. Little Lagos in the spot. Shout out to Gin and Juice TV. My girl Suzie is out here. You know what I mean? We are Firm Planet. We out here doing the most. She's gonna be coming to everyone's doorstep. I think going to everyone's restaurant. So today we did my one. And, thanks for having me. Bless up. What I was saying to you guys is just in general, like one being barely any Nigerian or African restaurants in Sydney, and then now seeing people from Australia like embracing the culture, and understanding African food.
And getting hyped. Like, I was so hyped. All right, so Mr. Barman, tell us about your classic, I guess, traditional Nigerian drink.
For sure. So I think the idea with the cocktail menu is we wanted to create accessible cocktails, using some of like the classics that everyone already knows, and then adding a little bit of West African Nigerian swag to it. You know what I mean? Add a little bit.
Look at some of the names of them. So we have the Black of the Berry, Bella in Versace.
That's it.
So you got Starboy.
because I don't think they're like this. Or like he said, is everything has a bit of like West African swag and flavor.
Yeah.
You see this palm wine, right? Now this
Yeah,
like
palm
that,
wine. Tell me about it.
That, when I was in Nigeria, I had that like just like raw, like so everyone goes and gets it, like they tap it, you tap the palm tree, and it sort of from up top of my knowledge, you tap the palm tree at the top, and this sort of seeps out into this, and it's alcoholic too, and it ferments, so they ferment it. And then these dudes come down the street, like they go all the way to it, they come down like bro, I'm talking like they have this thing that just be like that.
I love it.
This comes down and you drink it, and like bro, it fucks you up.
Oh, that's like the Fijians when they drink the kava. So
Yeah,
it's like a natural
similar thing.
that gets
Similar thing.
done.
So what he's doing is he's put a bit of that palm wine mixing with other things.
Yeah, that's what that flavor was. That was good.
The cocktail list is meant to be like a playlist, you know what I mean? So we want to have every drink that kind of inspired by some kind of hip hop track. And they're all kind of, you know, so fresh, so clean, meant to be light, refreshing, spritzy, black of the berry, obviously, you know, berries. But we wanted to have a bit of a kick to it. But yeah, it's kind of, that's how we want to do all our cocktails, is have drinks that maybe people will usually drink, whether it's a margarita or whether it's a Cosmo, but then just put a little spin on it. And kind of introduce people to some things that maybe you wouldn't have drink before. Yeah, where there's palm wine.
Like, I've never had that. I reckon I want to try some palm wine.
Do you want to taste it?
Yeah, I want to
Let's
taste
get
it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Yeah, do your tea.
Cool. That's the bottle there, yeah. So we actually get this imported. Yeah.
Smells like wine.
That's true. Let's get to it. That's it, yeah. Interesting, yeah.
It's very light.
Very,
It
very
doesn't-
light.
It doesn't taste alcoholic.
Yeah, very, very low. So you can still see like the sediment at the bottom of the thing, man. Like this is.
Oh wow, you can.
When you have it, it's like jerry, sort of like jerry can, clean jerry can, and you can just see all.
All at the end,
Is
yeah.
that the stuff that you're drunk from?
There's a lot of flavour in that, I'll tell you that,
That's
man.
like fairy dust from weed.
When you. That's it.
Alright, so what do you feel like making us?
There's one Nigerian traditional cocktail called the Chapman. There's a few, I guess there's like a few stories to how it came about, but the one that I heard was, I'm not sure if it was in London or in New York, but it was a Nigerian bartender and he came up with this drink. His name was something Chapman. So we have it on the menu. It's very sweet, tall drink, gin, Fanta, Ribena, Sprite. So I think that could be cool to make. I can also make you, let me make you the Kumbada Queen. Yeah? So the Kumbada Queen, I want to make a few just because it's the most different. Milo's huge, I mean, you probably know, man, like, I'm from South Africa initially, man, so like Milo is just like a staple. So I think, yeah, exactly, Milo. So I think that's cool to make. Fun fact about Kumbada, it's actually a region in northern Nigeria. And it's the only state in the world that's completely run by women. And that's kind of like the inspiration by it.
I want to go there.
So it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of cool. I'll make you those two. Is that cool?
That's 101.
That's it. That's it.
Let's try them.
This funny with this chocolate thing, like
Yo,
what I drink is gin. And then you can mix it with this.
for real, man.
Oh my god, did you see that? He just spread the sides. Oh, really? That is so cool. What is that?
Cool. There you go. So that's the Kumbada Queen. This is the Milo drink, chocolate and Milo, and this is the Big Chapman. Different, huh? It's different.
This is so good after pancakes. Break something on the side.
Yeah, so I sprayed Alamo Bitters, which is a Ghanaian spirit liqueur. Very herbal, quite medicinal, strong, a little bit smoky, but it's meant to just increase the aroma, you know, give it a little complexity. Nigerians love it. I feel like when they come, they love it. So I just wanted to create an option that has the same flavor profile, but a little bit more boozy, something strong, something stirred down.
Nigerians love their super juice.
They do.
They love their super juice.
Very popular for sure, for sure.